can do with all the laughter today.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're taking a couple of energetic breaks here. We're kind of back on track, or at least I'm back on track. And I'll do our welcome and intro. So thank you so much for joining us. And I want to welcome you and thank you for finding your way here to our sacred wisdom circle. Linked together by the golden thread, we are lighthouses and beacons of truth, guiding the way. Through deep conversation and shared wisdom, we illuminate the path for all of us and heal through truth.
Beautiful. Hello, everyone.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hi, everybody from Johannesburg, South Africa. Yay.
Yeah.
Yes. And from
We should probably do that more often and just to remind people because not all the time people remember or new watchers are like, where are you from? Where are you people in the world?
Yeah, why is my accent so crazy? And why am I sitting here in the, well, I wouldn't say the dark because we've got our background, but yeah, the time zones are so different. But I was just thinking as you were doing the intro again around the golden thread, and quite a lot's come up for me around the feminine ley lines and then the ley lines between South Africa and North America. And yeah, it's part of the activation of the feminine energy and frequency on the planet. So yeah, it's just again so interesting just how we found each other. I mean, Alana, your Facebook page,
Mm,
how you and I got connected, and so yeah, who knows? I've
who
given up
knows?
trying to guess. I've given up trying to guess what spirit's up to. Given up.
well, I love that you said that the ley lines. Can you maybe just explain the ley lines for people that don't know what they are? And I could use a refresher myself.
I'll do my best, and if it's not actually correct, it's okay. I'm just going to give you what I've tuned into. The ley lines are in a across that are around the planet and link us particularly not only to sacred sites but also to the chakras on the planet. South Africa is the root chakra, the sacral chakra actually. I forget what North America is, but I've been immersed a lot in working with roots, earth root chakra, and well, sacral root and earth root chakra. So ley lines are energetic frequencies, and each of the frequencies are around activating consciousness on the planet. And as the frequencies and the ley lines come into consciousness, so they are there to assist us in making the connections that we need to raise consciousness as we come together in community. That's my understanding, and it may not be scientifically or even spiritually correct. It's my understanding. So take what you like, and if it feels like it's a whole lot of not accurate reflection, then that's also okay too.
Well, I
Then
love
you can,
it.
yeah, but then you can leave comments for us in terms of what it really is if it's incorrect. So yeah, so
Sure.
that's just my understanding, and I saw it in a meditation, such this beautiful arc of golden light shifting between South Africa and the significance of South Africa links us to African spirituality, very closely linked to the Native American Indian First Nations spirituality, and the philosophy of Ubuntu. And Ubuntu means, literally translated, I am because of you. And so the consciousness of Africa, I have it on authority from above. The consciousness of Ubuntu and African spirituality is part of what the light is that's being released in the world. Would that a lot of people in South Africa would remember the teachings themselves? It would be also great. But it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful philosophy, and it's again very allied and close to the First Nations teachings, all about community, all about connection, each person having their role in the same way in the First Nations, that everybody adds to the health and the beauty of the whole and the collective. So yeah, and Bishop Tutu, when he was still alive, used to say that Ubuntu was Africa's gift to the world. So that was what I saw in the meditation, and it was this beautiful arc between here and North America, specifically more located in the Pacific Northwest. But we all know that the whole ley line has to travel right across the states as well. So, and I'm talking North American continent more so than just specifically the USA. So that was what came up for me.
That is so
Janice,
cool. Thank you for sharing.
Janice, you're muted. You're muted, my love.
Thank you. That's so beautiful, because it just reminds us that how much we are connected at an energetic level, that one area is not going to rise in consciousness without impacting every other area. And I do know that here in Canada, in Alberta, Lake Louise is a chakra, an earth chakra, and it is, I believe, the heart chakra, um, connected to Archangel Gabriel, I think. So I'd have to double check that. I have a beautiful book. I forget information if I haven't looked at it for a while. Not one of those that retain it very well. So yeah, but it's definitely there are power spots on the earth, and that was something that I truly, truly understood at a deeper level once I started doing retreats, and especially Mount Shasta.
I was
And
just going to say Mount Shasta being one of them.
Just
yeah,
thinking
and
about your
then
trip earlier on in the year to Manchester and how you came back, and then that other one that you went on also, where you went
yeah,
into the
in
forests as well, and how you came back going,
just
wow.
near Jasper here. And so choosing those locations intentionally to help people deepen into their awareness or consciousness, raise their frequency, right? Because it's like a power center. I mean, you can do it anywhere. You can raise your frequency, but when you go with intention to these places with the spiritual soul intention, it's like you cannot not have an experience while you're there. So that's cool. Yeah.
And the earth is magnetic, so it's going to, she will give off energy as well as absorb our energy as well. So, and that's also part and parcel of my understanding of the ley lines. I mean, you've got ley lines running from South Africa. Well, one of them is running from Johannesburg. Well, excuse the dogs. Here we go.
Can't hear them. You're good.
Yeah.
The ley line runs from from Johannesburg through to Cairo. That's one of the ley lines. You've got a ley line running through Stonehenge. There's another one that runs through Machu Picchu. Most of these very highly sacred spaces are linked to ley lines as well. And so we're
100%.
drawing the magnetism from the earth as well as putting it into. And some of the beautiful ceremonies of First Nations are things like leaving tobacco as an offering back to Mother Earth for her nurturing and the nourishment that she gives us. So yeah, just these beautiful teachings that just bring us back into that space of gentleness. I must say, I'm starting to feel a little bit mischievous. I know, remember when Lana was at you and I, we had that session where we just laughed our heads off the whole session. I think it was you and I, we just, because it's been 10 days of, I don't even know what, I can't even describe all the downloads that have been coming. But enough about me, let's hear about you. And I know, I must, Dennis, you're coming back from Spain, so I'm sure you had loads to share on that.
Yes, that was we chatted a lot about that last week, eh? And just the beautiful expansion that comes with travel. Bless you. And landing, like having feeling landed here in my body, in my life, in my soul, and yet how much that is shifting things externally for me is very, very cool. Very cool. So yeah, thanks for asking, Angela. It was beautiful. Love Spain. Absolutely loved it. A beautiful place to visit. What I was going to say is it's so interesting how many people are drawn to these sacred sites now too. So we went to the Alhambra in Granada, which is a palace that was built like 900 years ago by the Moors. And the first time I was in Spain, like 18 years ago, we went with a group of girls and they were all kind of all over the place and it was good. And this time it was like you were basically in the crowd shuffling forward, looking at everything. Like it was packed. And you think about, Stonehenge, how packed it is now compared to even just 10 years ago. And that is
the shift in consciousness and awareness
right.
has changed so much. And people are like, oh, I want to see, I want to do, I want to experience something different. So especially with the chaos that's going on in the world right now, it's kind of like one of those grasping at straws. Like if I can come into this place of peace and sanctuary and sacredness, then yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, exactly. When I went to last summer, I went up to Lake Louise just to kind of scope it out for a retreat up there. And it was so packed full of people. And I found a spot in the bush. I crawled up the rocks, found a spot in the bush to just sit and meditate. And I was really feeling like, like ache for the Mother Earth and that beautiful sanctuary just being jam-packed with tourists now. But the message that came through was don't worry about us. In fact, I got the message, I got the visual of a heart, which I found out afterwards that Lake Louise it is the heart chakra. It is holding space for people to come. And that is the intention of that place, is for people to come and receive an experience. And so the message was, we're like, Mother Earth is good. We're good. It's all fine. Right. And this is a beautiful gift for humanity. So I love that. Mhm.
We think about it and we're like, oh, this change has happened. But this is exactly what it's like you said, this is what it's been for. This is what's been created for. And
Yeah.
it knew it was going to happen. And that's the
Yeah.
thing, is like, we see it as like, oh, there's been this big shift from then till now. But again, we don't see the big picture. And where it's like God, source, universe, all intelligent being, whatever you want to call it, right? Like, it has the whole picture. It knew exactly how it was going to unfold.
Yeah.
And she regenerates herself. I mean, if ever there's a lesson to be learned around regeneration and remembering, it's the lessons that Mother Earth gives us to learn from. I mean, I was just walking into the kitchen. I'm at house sitting, as I said, at my daughter's place, and every time I see a kitchen with granite tops, I go, because it's all been taken out of, worldwide. There's people who've got granite tops on their kitchens that's been taken out of the earth. And again, she just regenerates herself.
Yeah.
She's
Totally.
just, she's amazing.
That's kind of the same lines as like right now, the crystal, like whole wave, right? Same kind of thing. It's like, well, but it constantly, like, you could still go to places that are literally like littered with crystals and you could just pick them from the earth because there's that much of an abundance of it. And this is a thing I think we forget in the fact of, again, we're in this limited 3D world, right? Shush, where we see limitation. But it's like, we're not really limited. We are actually much more abundant than we have any idea that we can grasp. So I appreciate that too, Angela. Like, yes, she can regenerate. It's there. There's more there than we think we know.
Talking about crystals, I remember a trip to Antananarivo in Madagascar. And you want to talk about crystals? Oh my word. They are.
Oh.
I mean, Madagascar is actually famous for its crystals.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable and beautiful and so reasonably priced as well. But yeah, it's a huge source of income for the Madagascans.
Is that
Beautiful,
right?
beautiful,
So
beautiful.
are there like caves or things, or is it
It
shop?
wasn't there long enough. Yeah, it wasn't there long enough to explore that. I'd gone on business. But also one of the things that they also had a lot of is the ammonite fossils. It looks like the fossilized nautilus, and loads and loads and loads and loads of them. And so yeah, again, and crystals grow. We know that crystals
Right.
grow, so they do replenish themselves.
Well, it's,
And
the energy they give off is that of abundance and I have crystals, like bigger crystals is what I have it on my windowsill for the moon today. But the bigger crystals I picked up from a gem show and I was much bigger than this, but these were big for me. And I have probably picked up 5 or 6 of them. It was like 60 pounds of crystals that I carried home on the plane with me. But I have them on my living room coffee table, and every morning I look at them and it just makes me feel so abundant. I just feel this expansive abundance and gratitude every time I look at them. So that's why I like keeping them there, because it's like, I love you. I don't like them hidden anywhere or put in places that I'm not looking at every day. I just have them there with my candle and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, I love you, my little rock beans."
standing people. They know those standing people.
Yes, yes. Yeah. So, and yeah, that's it, eh? Those, when you call in those 4 directions and the standing beans and the rock beans, the trees and the rock crystals, you have to remember
Oh, they're
exactly what they are, right?
stone people they're the stone people, and the standing people are the trees. Thank you for picking that.
Oh, no, whatever.
Yeah,
It's the
and
intention.
petrified, and seeing petrified trees as well is amazing. Seeing how they've
Mm.
been preserved. I mean, all those things are just so magical.
Right? And we're all coming back into that frequency of nature and of the earth and the gifts of the earth. And I just, it's just a great reminder that, yeah, when you go to these places and it's very populated and crowded, just to remember, like you said, Alana, this is all part of the plan. And it just means that more and more of us are coming into that resonance. And I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Just so good.
It is
So
so
very
good.
good.
It is so
And if
good. And
yeah. And if ever you ladies come to South Africa, one of the places I do have to take you to is it's a place called Maropeng. Maropeng. And it's known as place of our origins, where the first fossils of the hominids were discovered. And when you
ooh.
stand there, you can actually feel the energy of the sacredness of that space. It's absolutely amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Well, retreat
Yes,
to
please.
South Africa is coming
Yes,
up.
please.
Angela, let's do this.
It's such a beautiful, special space. It really, really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, all these magic Ayers Rock's another one that comes to mind. In Australia, not that I've been there, but that's another one of the sacred spaces.
Mhm.
Um, Mount Rainier near Seattle, another one.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
there are
many
lots
beautiful
of
stuff.
these, yeah,
Yeah.
lots of these beautiful spaces where we just can draw in the root energy from, and you can do it in meditation as well. You don't physically have to be there
Yes.
either. You can get a picture of one of the sacred sites and tune into its energy and pick that up through just somatically drawing in that energy into your space. Yeah, great if you're there, but you can still draw on the energy from there as well.
100%. I did with a colleague of mine, did like a transference or transportation to that space, like literally through a picture, like you said, and focusing my energy there, and totally had a feeling of it and like experience within it. So it's 100% possible. Again, it's just opening, for those that are listening, just opening yourself up to the experience of what might be possible. Even though if you're like, oh, that sounds totally crazy, I can't transport to there. But you can through energy, because energy knows no time or space, and just be open to what might be possible. And don't define it by the limitations that we're continuing to talk about here, about like how we feel that we are limited by the physical 3D world.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool that we are saying this, because just a couple weeks ago I was chatting with my sister who for work coincidentally went to Spain the week before me with her and her daughter. It's just kind of wild, this. But she came back and she's like, I'm good. I'm good. Like, she's not a big traveler. And she said, sometimes I wish we could just open a door and be there, like go through a door and be there. And I thought, that's funny she said that, because I was
Yeah.
thinking that too. If we could just, just transport ourselves through. So this is astral travel. This is what it is, right? So we're just talking about it now, going, we can do it. So it's just another level of awareness where you go, well, wait a minute, what if I could just go through a door? And you could imagine that, put that picture like you did, Alana, and put your intention and imagine opening the door and being there. That's what I'm doing this week. I'm going to go to Machu Picchu.
Wherever you want.
Yeah, I was just going to say that for people who are starting to really awaken, and who are kind of wondering how some of the stuff happens, one of the most powerful tools that we have as a spiritual tool is our imagination. And Dennis, you were just talking about it now. Imagine that you're in that place. It's such a powerful tool to bring in these, moving into things that become completely kind of, what is the word I'm looking for? Off the charts, kind of crazy stuff. That's not that. It's utilizing your imagination as a spiritual tool to access consciousness. And a lot of meditation is about the opening of our imaginations as well.
Well,
So yeah,
I
very, very powerful tool.
yeah, our imagination is a divine gift that we have. Yeah.
Well, it's funny because we talk about like, even if
Very
we go to
much
like
so.
the ADHD stuff and whatever, and it's like, we are multi-dimensional beings, and we're like, people are like, again, that might seem crazy, but technically we already are on multiple levels. Like we can feel things, we can see things, we can taste things. We are using all of those senses, which are all different frequencies and opportunities to connect. Plus, our imagination is a whole other plane. And so it's like we are already living within multi dimensions. So it's not so far fetched as some people may seem or think, or as crazy as they think. We are already in those other dimensions, even by using in our dream state. Again, another dimension.
Yep.
So cool.
And also our
It is.
intuition. And when we use our intuition
Yes.
and our imagination together, all of a sudden magic starts to happen.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes, it does. Ah, so good. Okay, so we're in that beautiful full moon energy right now. Next week on the 10th, I believe it is it Neptune goes direct, which actually is going to bring people even more into that spiritual consciousness awakening, right? Are you there, Angela? I think you're cutting it. We lost her. Oh no, I was hoping she would have more info on this.
She can fill us in when we get her back.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So,
even like the whole energy, like you said, like the between the full moon and what's going on right now, plus the fact we are coming to the end of the snake year. Oh, there she is. Angela, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know, the signal's a little bit wonky tonight.
That's okay.
yeah.
Janice, do you want to re-ask your question?
Oh, yeah. I was just talking about Neptune moving direct next week and how that's going to bring us more into that consciousness, that spiritual oneness, the seeking, right?
Yep.
Because yeah, Neptune is that very beautiful ethereal energy, watery energy, fluid.
And it's also going to have an impact on emotions again, but from a different perspective to the way that an energy like Cancer would have. Different. But yeah, certainly the waters always bring up the emotional energy, emotional healing. And yeah, for me, I find Neptune's energy quite gentle. We've also just had a Venus transit as well.
That's right.
That happened this week. Good grief.
Mhm.
Well, and a grand cross between the sun and the moon and the north node and the south node. North node in Pisces and south node
Yep,
in Virgo.
there you
So,
go.
yeah. So the what this means for everyone watching is that this is actually a beautiful time to go deeper into your heart, your the yearnings of what you came here to experience, but also to sit in like when you say a grand cross, it's like sitting at the crossroads, sitting in the center, and you have choices that you can make, and it's a really beautiful time to be able to consider all the choices that you have, and you want to be looking forward at the north node, the new, and not the south node, which is the old patterns, the old safety. It's comfortable because we're good at it. Anything that we're good at it, we've done it, we know it, good or bad, right?
Mhm.
But to be now looking at, okay, where does my soul desire to go? What's the next step for me in this life experience? And yeah, so it's a good time for considering that. Sorry, go ahead, Angela.
The other thing around the Grand Cross is that it's also on a collective level. Yes, everybody will have a north and south node in their own charts, and there's the progress chart as we move through the year, where this Grand Cross will have an impact on all of us. But it's also part of the signs of the shifting consciousness, because Pisces is it's the last sign in the zodiac, but it's also one of the most spiritual signs in the zodiac as well. So even with the heavens, you're seeing the way in which the planets and the nodes are configuring. The nodes have been very active. The way that the nodes are configuring themselves is to heighten the energies and heighten the connection for the elevation of consciousness. And this is also why you're starting to feel in your own self, see a whole lot more people starting to awaken. And it's almost like it's written in the stars.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, Pisces being North Node is around spirituality. It's also balancing. That's another thing that the North and South Nodes do, is about balancing spirit into matter, which is the Virgo, the Earth sign. And so, whilst the South Node has got a lot of energy that links us to our karma, both our own individual karma and the collective karma, it also is that balancing energy between the water sign of Pisces and the earth sign of Virgo, and grounding our emotions into it. We started speaking a lot about the earth, grounding our emotions into the earth, and having her absorb the energies of what we're releasing as well. So sitting on the grass, how do you do this? Go for a walk out in nature. Yeah, if you'd like to hug a tree, hug a tree, sit on the grass, walk barefoot on the grass, lie on the grass. Some people lie face down onto the grass and absorb the earth energy directly, not through their back, but through the front side of their bodies. And that's how you start to make those kinds of connections with the earth as well.
Mm.
Okay, I've got snow here, not grass, so I'm not going to do that.
Make
Just
snow
saying.
angels. You can do snow angels. That's on my
I'm
wish
really gonna
list.
go veg out on the grass right now.
Yeah.
I
We can.
appreciate your message.
I'll have to do it for all of you.
But you can, again, time or space, you can look at pictures of grass or pictures of the beach or pictures wherever and feel that with it wherever you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think some of what you guys are sharing too is even in the, like, as I was just kind of saying, was that we're ending the snake year. Right. So there's a whole lot Janice, you mentioned about like letting go of the old and stepping into the new. So literally we're shedding off, like, cause 2025, I don't know about you guys, but has been a lot of I think for even from our conversations is evidence of what we've been integrating, the inner work that we've all been doing. And I know for myself, it felt like when I reflect back over 2025, it's like there has been a lot of times where I've been asked and been forced, been kind of directed to go inward, like all summer, right? Like there's been this whole shift that's been going on. And so this whole year was all about understanding ourselves better so we can step up into motion and the fire horse energy that's coming in 2026. So it's stepping into that, getting rid of and shedding the old to step into the new and momentum and boldness and like this beautiful fire energy that's coming in too.
Yes.
And
And
sorry, Janice, go.
I was just going to say that energy of releasing, like
Yeah.
that has been so powerfully strong, especially in the last 6 months of this year.
Yeah.
And we need to remember that we're still in the year of the snake, and we will be right till the end of March.
Yeah.
My lights just flashed. So, um, so it is very much every time I've been going into meditation and feeling that, dissolving, letting go of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Let everything go as if it was your last day on earth, right? Like just
Oh,
release it. Stop clinging, stop gripping, just release it to the universe and be open to whatever flows. And that has been, at least since August for me, a big meditation. And I'm still there. As much as I say, stand in the crossroads and you have decisions, I begin with that dissolving. And you know what? Beautiful things are happening as I am standing here. And I shared on my social media that, reflecting back to me physically, and it wasn't even my intention as I was in this energy of dissolving and letting go and just, bringing more releasing fear frequencies out of my body. That's a big, big one right now. And
Yes.
I've got a group we just started this week, and we're going through 5 sessions of that here in December, that inner coherence. Because if we're not fully in coherence, both body, mind, and spirit, things aren't going to manifest. So what I've found over the last couple weeks, well, since mid-November, is all of a sudden a huge painting has sold. I
Yeah.
downloaded inspiration for my new book. I got a publisher like going, "Yeah, let's chat," and received, a $10,000 painting commission, and it just keeps going. Even this morning, I woke up to a message from a local little shop that I have my a few small paintings in, and some art cards, and she's like, "Janice, your art cards are selling like," what did she say? Uh I can't remember her words, but like hotcakes, can you bring more in? And I'm like, okay, this is great. It just keeps unfolding and opening up. And yeah, for me personally, I know what has made the shift, but that's the letting go part really helps. It really helps. I was willing to let go of everything, like business, everything, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's to let go to bring more. And it's not
Yep.
about, like you said, like getting rid of everything to as if it was the last day. In order to bring anything else in, we bring in too much as it is, and we
Yeah.
aren't meant to essentially be that hoarder or holding on to things.
Yeah.
We're meant to let things come and go and flow through our life.
And it's truly resonating with people because when I started this program for December, the the Soulfully Aligned Art of Inner Coherence, all year it's been kind of crickets out there for programs. Little bit here, couple people here, couple
Mm,
people there. I have like 13 people signed up for this one, and I'm like,
amazing.
okay, we're onto something here because this is resonating with people. This is where they're at too. And it's very cool because it's exactly what I'm living right now in full coherence, right?
It's what I've found's been really, really interesting is how the mirror of the universe is being presented to show us exactly what we need to be letting go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, through people, through circumstances, through situations, through old karmic residues, those situations that we seem to be going round and round and round, oh, not you again, you're back again, that kind of thing. But it's coming in at a higher level and a higher level of frequency. And
Yeah.
I know for me that those ones that are really, really deep that we think that we've let go, that come back and revisit us, those are generally karmic patterns as opposed to something that's happening in perhaps this lifetime. And they deep and they take a lot of work to release. Um, and so that's one of the things that's just been incredibly, it's such a gift to have these mirrors, but they're not that easy to work through.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
the letting, yeah, we talk about the letting go and but we've also got to go through to let go. It's not that simple. Okay, I'm just letting go and I'm just giving it over. Actually got to go through the cycle to get to the point of the release. That's been my experience of it. And the only way sometimes through it is through it. Otherwise, the alternative of going back to where it was, it just is not an option. And so if you're finding that repeated patterns may be coming from different people, but the same lesson is occurring for you or the same lesson is being presented to you, that's part of the karmic shedding that is being presented to you for you to work through and release and let go and dissolve, as Janice is saying. And I absolutely agree with you. We can't manifest if we're not in congruence. It just can't work. And, so a lot of people get very skeptical about, oh, well, I've done my affirmations and I've done a vision board and and nothing seems to work. Well, the reason for many why it doesn't work, not all, but the reason for many, because intention also comes into it. The reason is because there's a lack of congruence. And it is
Yeah.
about bringing mental, physical, emotional, psychological, financial, all of those energies into alignment and into the shedding that Janice is talking about. And these are the snake skins we're shedding. And it's all in preparation, as Alana's saying, for the fire energy coming in.
Hmm.
I appreciate Janice you mentioning earlier too that it's the Chinese year, the snake and the horse aren't specific to our calendar year.
All that
So it's
calendar.
like it's going to continue. Some of us get into the idea of like, oh, it's going to be December and then a big shift in January. No, it's going to continue for a few more months still. So just keep that in mind as you move forward, that it does shift a little differently. So don't cling to things, and know that, oh, okay, this is it. I'm starting anew, and there might not be exactly that experience in January.
I think
But
right
this
now
is also where
too.
some of the Buddhist teachings of non-attachment come in.
Yeah.
It's not only letting go, it's also non-attachment and going back. I think we've spoken a bit about it through the year about being in the observer state and just observing instead of. And I've just been through another 2 or 3 days, so I'm still feeling a little bit discombobulated through another lot of shedding. And it's all good. It is all good.
It is.
You were going to say something.
I was going to say something. I can't remember what it is. Obviously, it didn't need to come through. I lost it there. Something Alana said, but
Not being attached to the to
Oh.
what happens in the new year.
yeah. We attach so much meaning to everything, and that's a whole course in itself, right?
Oh my gosh.
The meaning that we give to everything that's happening is what's causing us resistance or dissonance. It's like choking us off of that congruence that you're talking about, Angela. So yeah, and that was something that as I was flying over to Spain, I was determined I was not going to engage with this jet lag conversation that I was going to, because I'm very much love my structure, my patterns in my life, and my sleep is very important to me. And so as I'm sitting on the plane, I kept thinking, you know what? I'm just going to imagine I'm like a monk sitting here, breathing, not needing anything else, not needing sleep, not needing food or water, just breathe and let everything flow through me. Just flow through me and let it go. And you know what? Jet lag there and back was not a big deal. And so I chose it not to be, and that's what I created. Yes, there were times when I was tired, but I worked with that. I just thought, oh, okay, it's time to rest now. And yeah, it was beautiful. And even coming back, it's like the biggest thing I found was I just wanted to go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. That's okay. So I did. And then I was up at 4, which is fine because a lot of hits come through at that time. So yeah, it's what we choose to engage with. It's the energies that we choose to create meaning and drama and stories. And I feel like there's more and more people that are allowing those victim stories to just dissolve. It is time to move past that. It is time to let it go. Our stories, nobody's is better or worse than anyone else. And that came up for me very strongly in Spain too. It's like your story is important. It's part of who you are, but it's not who you are. Right?
And it's an experience. It's now in memory. So it's like, again, what you perceive, right? I've just watched a video that popped up the other day around the Matrix. And I'm sure we've seen all the scene where he's like bending the spoon. And it's like, it's literally the belief that we give and the solidity we give the idea of the thing or the story, right? The more we get attached to it, the more we concern ourselves with it being there, like the spoon. And we solidify it. We give it more meaning. We make it more solid, where it's like, if you, like you said, with the whole experience of I'm a monk, I'm not experiencing jet lag. It's the meaning that we give that. So it's the more we focus on it, the more we give it solidity, the more we give it a story, the more we empower it, becomes more than what it really needs to be. And we don't have, that's why they bend the spoon, is because it's like, what if it's not even really there?
Oh my gosh, I love that
There's-
the solidity to it. So and that they could apply to, like, I would encourage everyone to just try it with one thing in your life today, right? Let it
I
go.
just want to pick up on that, and maybe a slightly different perspective, particularly for people who are new on the journey, is that your story served you.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's not about discounting or discrediting the story. It's about acknowledging the story, because very often I had quite a big journaling session the other day. Um, and we talk a lot about the wounded child. We talk about Chiron, the wounded healer. And what she presented to me wasn't the wounded child. She presented to me the protector child. So her whole axis shifted from being in the wound to actually being the protector and protecting the heart. So don't discredit your stories. Acknowledge them. Thank them for being a part of because they've got you to where you are right now.
100%.
The axis is shifting and tilting, where those stories and the kind of metaphors that we have internalized are no longer serving our greater good. And it's not about judging. It's not about decrying. It's not about going into the kind of victim martyr space around it. It's truly holding that story in gratitude, for it has served a purpose to get you to where you are. And then the transmuting of the story, because that acknowledging it and thanking it is part of the transmutation of the story and the letting go and the dissolving.
100%. It's like acknowledging it, that part of you. It's like we try to, oh, I don't want this to be part of me anymore. And we try to like cut it out and get rid of it. But that's what makes you whole. 100%.
That is
And it's
exactly what happened to me just recently while I was in Spain, traveling with a lot of women that have traveled for their entire life. They've gone to very exotic places. They started traveling at a very young age. And I was at first starting to feel, because they were talking about the history of places and, of course, the experiences. And I was starting to feel a little bit like, oh, I feel a little uncultured here. And, I don't know all this. I did not have that experience in my younger years, the opportunity, because of course they came from wealthier families. And then I flipped it. Within just hours, I was like, wait a minute. My story is just as important as theirs. My past story is just as important as theirs. And I need to, like you said, Angela, I flipped and I kind of went in gratitude for my past, for the journey that I've taken and honored it. And then I found my power back again. I wasn't feeling intimidated by theirs. And we
yeah.
do that all the time. We look at other people's stories and create their value out of that, and that's not what
And
we.
yeah. And then we compare. We not only
Yeah.
create value out of their stories, we also compare our stories to them. And one of the things that came across my path is comparison is the source of where we despair. And so we are unique. Our journeys are unique. We're not behind. We're not ahead. We're exactly where we need to be right now, even though we might want to be a little bit further along. It's not how it works. It's about coming back again to being present. And it's been such a huge shift for me, particularly moving away, well, not moving away, transmuting and healing the wounded child into the protected child has been massive, a massive, massive, massive shift. And so honor them, honor all of these pieces of who you are that have brought you to where you are in gratitude and in love. And that's what the dissolving is. That's the integration that then allows us to move into a different space and a different energy and view things very differently.
Yes.
So good. And it's like when you say about the healing it and allowing it to be, because there is strength in that. Like at first we see it as a weakness or something, like you said, and Janice, about the fact that, well, I see that I haven't traveled as much, as like there's something, again, a weakness, there's something wrong with me, or I've done my story differently. But when we accept it, when we bring that in and it's seen and heard and understood, and we're processing that, then we get to heal it, like you said, Angela. And I love the comparison. Is I was told, I can't remember, it was here or somewhere else actually. It was like you're actually stealing their power by comparing. And so it's like, I'm not a thief. I don't want to steal anything from them. I don't want to steal their power. It's like, no, they've had their journey and that's exactly what was right for them. And we each had our own journey and that's exactly what's right for us to create who we are and who we're going to be as we continue forward.
When
Yeah.
we're stuck in the 3D paradigms, we will do the comparing. We will be in a space of envy.
Yeah.
We will be in all of those states because that's part of what we've been conditioned to believe. Our schooling systems are structured that way. Our promotions are structured that way. And it's the jocks, it's the academics. Very seldom are the community directed children in school acknowledged and rewarded. It's just the way that things have been programmed in the 3D space. And part of the shift of where we're moving into is a communal story that everybody's come to believe. It's a collective story. And part of that is it induces the comparison. I mean, we're seeing it all over the place in marketing, in the influencer spaces, and all of that stuff, that crazy stuff that's going on right now. And people are coming back and going, they're tired of all the noise and there's got to be something different. And so, welcome to our space because it is different.
It is very
And this is
different.
what I think about, like, as you're saying about what's going on right now, I kind of just had this, I just posted in my own YouTube channel yesterday to talk about, like, literally, or today, I guess, talking about the chaos that's going on right now. It's shaking things up because we've been stuck in this same program for way too long and we're all getting tired of it. So it's like almost like a snow globe. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like it's literally being shaken and it feels unstable and it feels chaotic and it feels like a whole lot of things for a reason. And that's why I'm laughing as you say that. It's like, no, we're being shaken up because it's stuff needs to change in order to move forward. So anyway, that's my.
I wrote about snow globe moments probably about 2.5 years ago about being a snow globe and being shaken up. And the thing that I also have to say around that is that when you are feeling shaken up like that, allow the snow globe to settle.
Mm-hmm.
Give yourself the time and the space just to allow all of the energies to settle. So the kind of tip for me was or is not to react when the snow globe is shaking. And I've had a snow globe moment yesterday and today. And it's around allowing the energies to settle before taking any form of action, because we go into flight, fight, freeze frame, whatever we want to do to get away from it, because it's freaking uncomfortable. And so we don't like being uncomfortable. So we would like to kind of move through it a whole lot quicker. Then we lose the value of the lesson and it's going to come back again saying, hello, you didn't get it last time, so we're going to give it to you again.
Mm-hmm.
So great.
Anything else you wanted to add, Janice?
No, I'm good. That was perfect.
I just want to add a gratitude to both of you because I so needed this today. I mean, the last 10 days have just been solid downloads for literally 10 days.
Wow.
And my circuits feel like, I mean, even last week, Friday was hectic, which is why I didn't kind of get on. I was still too frazzled from it. But it's just, I feel so grounded just by being with the two of you today. So thank you for your beautiful energies.
Thank you. And I'm sad Pam couldn't join us today, but there's the conversation has been so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. It has.
Sure.
Thank you all.
I would like to ask before we go if there's anything that you guys have going on that you'd like to share.
What have I got going on? I'm going into a little bit of a slow down in the sense of just stepping back a little bit and releasing. I know, Janice, you've got your workshop coming up. I'm actually putting out my theme for 2026, which is what's come up, is the year of becoming and belonging. Mm-hmm. And so I'm putting out an offer for readings for your year of becoming and belonging. So I will send Alana a flyer on that. Yeah, it's been quite interesting to get to that point. So yeah, the year of becoming and belonging.
That's exciting.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, I have my the soulfully aligned art of inner coherence, and we have started, but it is recorded, so it's not too late to come in and join us. And in January, something else will be coming. I'm waiting for that download, but I do know something more will be coming. But I just feel
Yeah.
very much in the flow right now, working through these fear frequencies, helping people release fear from their body. And that's what the inner coherence is about, because I really feel like a lot of us are doing all the things. We're in our congruence with our heart and our mind and our spirit, but our bodies are holding us back, and the fears are holding us back. It's been something that, as we shift that, we will see the external validation, I should say.
But
Yeah, yeah.
just jumping back in quickly again, one of the things that I am going to be doing in January, we were going to do it in the beginning of December, but the energies and the frequencies weren't right. It's more in the beginning, early January. A whole series of articles are going up into Substack, and I'll be running the Amplified Intuition around the feminine.
Yes.
Feminine frequency linking to artificial intelligence, and how we, as from a feminine vibration, are almost instructing AI to operate differently to the way that it is, the mechanistic way that it is, or how it's been conceived. So that's going to be coming up in January.
That's super exciting. The whole divine feminine freaking force that's coming right now. Like, that's for me what excites me about 2026 is, like, I feel like this is so for me, I'm hosting a workshop. It starts next week, but I feel like there's gonna be more parts to it. It's a 2-hour session. It's free. And it's a Fired Up 2026, because like I'm bringing like that. There's stuff we need to release right now and move into, but it's preparing some things for January and moving into what we're moving into. And I feel like that's where, yes, more things are coming in January. A couple of things are going to come out in January that I'm putting together right now. But just excited for what this feminine energy is bringing. And like you said, it's moving into instruction and changing and shifting and in a very bold way. So I'm super excited for what's unfolding right now.
Very
Yay.
exciting.
Oh.
Very, very exciting.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Thank you, ladies, for this beautiful conversation. As always, I appreciate these times together and the unfolding that happens from what we share, and even just from our own each sharing each other's insight and energy. It's so good.
Thank you.
It sure is. Sure is.
So thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. As the circle closes for now, the light remains, not here, but within you. Let these teachings and thoughts echo through your being like a lighthouse calls over the sea, steady, unwavering, and sovereign. Share what touched your soul. We'd love to hear, or if you have anything that you would love to give us some thoughts or in direction on. When there was a couple of things where we were like, I don't know exactly. We would love to hear your insight as well. Drop it below in the comments. Subscribe if you feel the call. And as always, remember, you are the light, you are the way, and a circle will be here when you return. Thank you so much.
Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for having us. Always grateful to be in this space. Thank you.